the Tree People Conference Center site in Los Angeles, and the idea is to talk about water. Today we have some excellent speakers from the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, Tree People itself, Hey Tank LA, all these folks that are going to talk about what Southern California is doing to capture stormwater, to be more mindful about, the water that does get into our streets, does get into our creeks, and seeing how we can capture it, enhance it, and put it to better use. So we're also doing a tour to see what the Tree People is doing to educate Los Angeles and all Southern California for having quality water and doing our part in having a beautiful environment.
It's just brilliant that the Assembly came here today to see this, witness it, see the changes that have been in place, and understand when we say that we can fix this place, that we can reduce LA's water importation by maybe 50%, maybe more. We actually have Los Angeles in 3 phases. Before development, we have this beautiful little creek that represents the LA River. It flows to the ocean. From that, we teach how a watershed works, how the state worked, how water supply worked, and they see a typical home and how the landscape uses a lot of water, and how water that falls on the house runs off down the driveway to the street where it picks up pollution, goes into the storm drain system, pollutes the local rivers, and pollutes the ocean.
Of course, water is really important here in this state of California that never seems to have enough, but we have a growing population, so we have to be very creative and innovative and also very respectful of the natural resource we call waters. Thank you, everyone, for being here and being at this treasure we call Tree People up here on a beautiful mountain top. And again, thank you to Andy Lipkus, because he is, I call him a saint. I call him the water saint. I should say, too, Andy and his staff have actually come down to the southern part of my district in Torrance to help me look at an area that I want to turn into soccer fields and then do water capture underneath it. So they go all around. I'm not gonna parcel him out all over the state, but he's very active, very committed to the projects that we're thinking about, and he's a great community activist. And I thank you so much again, Andy, for all that you do, and it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for everyone joining us today.
We're honored to have this select committee here at Tree People. This is a great place, and they're doing great things, and it's not only what they're doing here, but everything I've mentioned and everything you're going to hear from our county folks, what the kinds of things we're doing, were hatched here on this property, and so this is hallowed ground for those of us who toil in the fields of water.
We actually today use about the same amount of water than we did back in the 80s. So we've been doing an excellent job of water conservation, but we can all continue to do more.
We need to obviously get the water to where it's needed, but we need to do it in a more environmental way. We need to do it in a way that minimizes the need for huge, large-scale dams, but we have, the opportunities for doing more with our water aquifers, doing more of recycling water, and doing what Tree People does so well, and that we are learning more about how we can scale out and do more with that.
It's so important, and I know everyone here as a self-selected group understands the importance of water conservation, but it's really great that we're bringing attention to it and the bigger issues of stormwater quality. So I'm really pleased that we're having this. We're having it practically in my backyard, and although my backyard is not quite as beautiful
Just
as this.
up the hill.
Yeah, a little further down in the valley, but it's just really, I'm just thrilled to be part of this and grateful that you've put this all together, so thank you.
I have a real interest in water. I was raised in Kern County. My parents were farm workers. I worked in the farms myself. I lived just about a few blocks away from the California water aqueduct. So I always thought about water, knew that California is essentially a desert, and we all need to plan better to see how we can continue to maintain our growing population with good water supply and quality water for generations to come.